What's going on, everybody? How's it going? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little Man United news video for you. Rundown of all the latest days Manchester United goings on with the latest breaking stuff. So we'll get into it all in this show. Hope you're all doing well. Tracy Ann Doyle, Primot, cool homies, Jonathan Gallagher. We've also got Millwall in here. What's up, guys? And everybody else as well. Thank you very much for getting in here. Do us a favour at the start of the show. Smash the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. And if you're on catch up later, hit that like and get yourself in the comment section down below with your thoughts and opinions about anything we're discussing. And if you're watching the stream right now, get in the live chat. Let's be having you. Let's hear from you. I hope you're having a great day, guys. Scujo won as well. Bell, Primot, Jonathan, Mark Johnson, Mamasini, everyone, thank you for climbing aboard the Bacon Express today. We got the latest Manchester United news for you. We're going to get into it right now. So the first bit of information I really want to discuss and talk about is to do with the Slabby Maguire. I mean, Rangnick's come out. There's new information come out today on manunited.com. To say, from Ralph Rangnick that, I've never considered changing captain. And he's dismissed all the sort of media speculation about a change to the team's captaincy as nonsense. So this is what Slabby Maguire came out this morning and said as well. Little cheeky little response, a retort. You saw Rashford do it the other day. And now here's slabbing to Maguire. We told you guys in the stream last night when I did FIFA. Obviously people were saying, how come he didn't get on and do a stream? Well, for a start, I was asleep yesterday. I was melting. My body clock's melted. I wasn't feeling too great. Apologies. But also because it's a bullshit story written by the Mirror guys. You know what I mean? Anybody who actually did something about that or who thought that was a legit story is a melter. Just got to be honest and say it, because let's be honest, Rangnick said the other day that he doesn't see any reason to change the captain. He's already backed Harry Maguire just as recently as this fucking week. So anybody thinking that he was going to strip Slabby of the captaincy, I think it's wrong. If he was going to do that, he would have done it by now. He should do it, guys, by the way. My opinion is the human slab is a terrible captain for Manchester United, the worst we've had. And I think that Cristiano Ronaldo should be captain. But obviously, you look at this, David McDonald from the Mirror here, or it says, Ronaldo and Maguire embroiled in power struggle over Man United captaincy in fresh blow to interim boss Ralph Rangnick. And Harry Maguire responded and said, I've seen a lot of reports about this club that aren't true, and this is another. Not going to start posting about everything that is written, but I needed to make this one clear. We're united and focused on Sunday. Enjoy your day, everyone. So Harry Maguire coming out there, obviously he's still the captain. He's saying there's no rift, there's no arguments here. It's all bullshit. There's a captaincy struggle going on at Manchester United with the likes of Ronaldo and Maguire. It's just, we don't know the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We don't know that. But what we can assume is that really from what Rangnick said the other day and what he said today as well is that Slabby Maguire is going to continue to be the Gash captain. So let's have a look and let's see what exactly Ralph Rangnick said then. By the way, once again, guys, if you're just joining us, I can see Fire Out, Mikhail Kramer, Cool Homies, Declan Mason, Naz, Batman, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Do drop that like button. Give it a share around as well on social media, peeps. That really helps us out. Spread the word and get the news out there. So if you've got a social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, OnlyFans, whatever, get it out there on there and let's spread the word. Thank you so much. Okay, so Ralph Rangnick has dismissed media speculation, of course, about a change to the team's captain as nonsense. This is how the article on manunited.com reads. It says, recent reports in the press claim that Cristiano Ronaldo might be in line to replace Harry Maguire as skipper, but the German quickly moved to dispel the idea in a press conference on Friday. So obviously speaking ahead of the game against Leeds on Sunday, he basically confirmed there will be no change. He said this, well, to start with, I must say that this is absolutely nonsense. I've never spoken with any player about a possible change of captaincy, and Harry is fully aware of that, and so is Cristiano, and all the other players. So this has never been an issue for me. It is me who decides the captain, and therefore there is no reason to speak about that with any other person. Harry is our captain, and will stay our captain until the end of the season, and there is nothing else to add on that. For fuck's sake, Ralph Rangnick, you're a twat. Guys, how you doing? I'm sorry to say, but fucking hell. He's got the perfect opportunity here to get rid of Slabbing to Maguire as captain. Slabby's having an absolute bloody nightmare. He's sharting the bed all over the place. Okay, he was good in the last game. I'll give him that. He has a decent game every now and then. So would I if you pop me in there with a decent side against lesser teams. Surely sometimes I'm not going to shit the bed. But anyway, he shits the bed all the too often for Manchester United. But on this occasion, I think it's the wrong piece of what's the word, public support there that I don't want to see that personally, because I don't think that Harry Maguire is a good captain for Manchester United, and I personally think that Ronaldo or somebody else would be the right man. Obviously these news articles that are coming out, they're just fabricated nonsense, and we knew that anyway coming from like the likes of the Mirror, etc. But that is how it is, and Rangnick's just dispelled those rumours, and unfortunately, those rumours are just rumours. There's no truth to it. Slabbing Maguire is the captain, and he's a gash captain. And Ralph Rangnick has selected him as his captain. He's done the same sort of thing as the previous owners of, or the previous manager done, I should say. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer selected Slabbing Maguire as his captain originally. Ralph Rangnick's come in. He doesn't have to have Harry Maguire as his captain. He can choose anybody to be club captain. That's the beauty of him coming in and being a new coach with a new approach. But unfortunately, he's doing the same old shit. And I don't really understand why, because clearly Slabbing Maguire is a gash captain. Let's just have a vote in the live chat then. I'm not making this up. It's not just me that thinks this. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think Harry Maguire is a gash captain, i.e. he shouldn't be captain. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think he's a fantastic captain and the perfect candidate in this current squad to be Manchester United captain. Smash a 1 or a 2, depending on what your belief is about Harry. Okay, there is one 2 coming in there. He must be a Liverpool fan. What's going on? Yeah, everybody's saying 1 here. Leah Rose, how are you doing? JJ, Batman Knight fan, Naz, The Kerm, Ben Roper, Matty Blue Eyes, Niall, Rams, Paul Story. There you go. There you go. So 99% of people here who are Manchester United fans, might add, do not think that Slabbing Maguire is fit to be Manchester United captain. And yet, Ralph Rangnick does. So what the fuck does Ralph Rangnick know then? What does he know that we don't know? I don't get it. I don't see him having fantastic leadership qualities. Maybe he's improved at that sort of thing. What I would say is if you look at the last game, there was a key incident in the game, right, which I'm going to discuss now because I think it's of significance and it does show some leadership. It does show a little bit of interest. It's interesting. You remember when Ilanga was brought down in the previous game against Brighton? And Dunk's been sent off. Well, the VAR's been consulted, but the reason it was consulted, I think, is because obviously the Manchester United players are absolutely surrounding the referee. And Maguire's in there, and to be fair, I actually did see a moment of, I believe it to be good leadership by Harry Maguire, because Ronaldo, if you remember, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? You know how passionate, hot-headed Ronaldo is sometimes, right? If he's not careful, he can get himself fucking sent off in that sort of situation, right? He's in the referee's face fucking screaming at him, going, check the VAR, fucking red card! Ah, the red card, fuck you, ref! Not obviously that last bit, but he's basically, he's like that. Harry Maguire comes in, and he's cool as a concrete slab. And he's like, just back off, Deg, Ronnie. Back off, guys. No, chill out. Let's not surround the ref here. Let's give a bit of time here, guys. Let's give him a bit of space, And, by the way, ref, that was a working red. Let's have a look at the VAR, son. I don't know if you guys saw that. I did see that, and I thought, yeah, okay. There's 2 ways to approach it. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo's full-blooded, passionate. That's great leadership too. He's right in there straight away looking for that fucking red card. Fine. But also, somebody got a yellow card in that. Was it Bruno? Somebody got a yellow card in that incident for dissent. And basically, what Harry Maguire was doing is just marshalling them a little bit and getting them organised a little bit. So from that point of view, he's not completely useless from a leadership point of view, right? But also, just from a technical point of view, from week to week, it's not convincing enough, is it? It's not convincing enough, is it? Give it De Gea to end of the season, says Chic Out Goblin. I'm good, Rob. How are you doing as well, my friend? Thank you so much. Batman Night Fan, there you go. He's just said it perfectly in the chat. He says, once in a blue moon, Maguire does something. That's it. That's all it is, really. Every now and then, you're going to expect him to have a good game. You are going to expect him to show some leadership qualities. At the end of the day, he is the captain for Manchester United. So it's his responsibility in those incidents and those moments. So it's not like he's going to get any extra points from me. I'm just saying that he's not completely devoid of leadership, but he's also, in my opinion, not the best leader for Manchester United that we've got in our squad. There's a good few candidates. We discussed it the other day. We had a vote in the live chat, and I believe it was David De Gea who won the vote by just a couple of percent. Most people want David De Gea to be captain. Let me know in the live chat now, guys. Who do you want to be your Manchester United captain? For me, still, it is Cristiano Ronaldo because I just think he's the GOAT and he's the most experienced. He's still the guy that's going to make things happen and be a talisman and a leader from the front and that sort of thing. Maguire's too inconsistent, makes too many mistakes to really be considered. David De Gea is a fantastic candidate as well. Great attitude, great consistency. Has been here the longest. You know, he's got the qualities both on the pitch, but also like from a character point of view to be a captain, I think. But he is a goalkeeper, which is a minus point in my opinion, because he just can't be involved up there the pitch like that incident the other day when you've got Elanga who's brought down with the foul from Dunk, and then the players are surrounding the referee. Well, De Gea's going to have to run the fuck up the whole pitch to get involved in any of that sort of stuff. So there is that concern for me. You've seen great goalkeeper captains, though. Let's get in the live chat quickly before we get to the next bit of info here. See what you guys think. So Bruno says Mikhail Kramer. Ronaldo or Bruno says Batman fan. Bruno says Nas. Ronaldo needs no armband. Well, that's a fair point, Mamasini. He doesn't need one. And that is actually a really good point you bring up. Because some people grow with the armband and some people shrivel up like a nutsack in the sea. With the armband, a.k.a. Slabbington Maguire, who's got a couple of little tiddlers down there, but in the sea. But Ronaldo or something like Bruno Fernandes actually grow with that captain's armband, I believe. I think Bruno in particular looks like even more G'd up, even more like, come on, I'm the guy when he's got the captain's armband, whereas Slabbington Maguire seems to shrivel up. You guess over half the matches he plays, he's directly involved in us conceding the goals this promo. I'd imagine that's got to be true, really, to be fair, with just how many sheer errors he's made this season. I'd say that's got to be true. De Gea says, never mind. Bruno says J. King. Varane says Bell 691. Varane's a good shout as well, to be fair. I mean, he's experienced. He's won it all. I mean, maybe not as natural a leader as somebody like, Ronaldo or Bruno, but still a great option. I do like a good centre-back captain as well, I must say. Right, so lots of reports yesterday to say that Harry Maguire, Ronaldo, this rift was all, was taking place and Rangnick was looking at taking the captaincy off of him, giving it to Ronaldo and all the rest of it. That was what was being reported yesterday. It's all bullshit. And obviously Rangnick has come out today and in force and backed Slabby Maguire to the hilt, and he said Harry is our captain and he will stay our captain until the end of the season. There's nothing else to add on that. Guess what, Ralph Rangnick? Don't like that, mate. Don't like that. Just got to be honest. Why would you think that he's the best choice for captain? He's not convincing me. What is Ralph Rangnick all about, dude? Like I say, it's the perfect opportunity for him to make the change right now and just drop Harry for a couple of games. And then by doing that, give the captain's armband to somebody in a couple of games. Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot to say, this guy's the new permanent captain. And Slabby's just chilling. It was the perfect opportunity after a really poor run of form. But then again, he's backing his man. But it's not even really his man. Does he value Harry Maguire to the point where he thinks he should be the starting centre-back of the team? He must do. What is this puppet doing, guys? It's just a fucking Glazer plan, isn't it? Oh, he's an £80 million asset. If we want to try and sell him in the summer for 40 million, or if we don't want him to just depreciate and pay 180 quid to sit on the bench and be a complete other Phil Jones 2.0, we better play him. We've got an obligation to play him. What a load of old shit. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be the way. You should be playing the player at the back there who's going to win you the game, who's based on form, who's playing. And I get Harry was decent in the last game, but he shouldn't actually be playing in the last game based on what he's been doing for us. So, someone like Eric Bailly coming in, Lindelof coming in. I mean, the last game was a bit different because Varane got ill, obviously, before the game. So he couldn't start the game, but he was going to start alongside Maguire. It should have been Varane and Lindelof. So, to me, Ralph Rangnick is shitting the bed with his team selection here, and he's also sharting the bed with his captaincy selection here. I can't get behind that. I can't get on board with that. I don't want Harry Maguire as our captain, and the fact that he does makes me question everything about Ralph Rangnick, to be fair. Anyway, so he went on to explain, though, that there has never, ever been an issue and that the atmosphere in the dressing room had improved during recent weeks following the January transfer window. So this is what has happened. This is what he said. He said, well, I'm not frustrated at all because I know that it's not the truth, claimed Rangnick. He said, I told you already about Harry being captain. This is not an issue at all. And it has never been an issue for us and myself as the manager. All the other things, to be honest, I don't listen to that noise that much because my full focus is on preparing the next training and for the next game. Obviously, I've heard about what is written. I can only tell you from my personal experience in the last 11 to 12 weeks. Yes, there were players unhappy until the closure of the window because, as I always said, the squad was too big. We had too many players who just realised that they wouldn't get the game time. I think that has improved for sure. And from what I can tell you, the atmosphere in the locker room is better than it used to be a couple of weeks ago for the reasons we just spoke about. And, well, other things. Fair enough. So dressing room apparently a bit better. I can understand that in January. You've got a few want-away players. People like Martial, people like Lingard. Obviously, Lingard, he would have been initially very pissed off about not being able to leave. And, then he's had to sort of take it. And, and there you go. Now he's come around again. So I'm sure that is true. I'm sure the January transfer window always is going to affect the overall squad mood. Especially when there's players heavily linked with moves away and also players linked to coming to the club in perhaps your position, etc. as well. So in regards to that's fair enough. But hey, thank you so much for the super chat here. CJ, thank you so much. Guys, can we get a soo in the live chat there for CJ? CJ, thank you so much for your super chat, mate. He says, Slabby's performances can't justify being in the lineup, let alone the captaincy. Great comment there, CJ. Great super chat, lad. Thank you so much for that, bro. Let's get a soo in the live chat for him. And I agree with you. His performances do not warrant a start in the lineup. You just said it, my friend. And you're absolutely spot on. From a form point of view, one good game out of 5 every now and then, it's not good enough to be starting as centre-back. And it's certainly not good enough to be having the armband and leading the team out. So I agree with you. I think it's almost because of his price tag and his wages and his reputation and the fact he has been given the captaincy. The captaincy's almost what's saving him right now. And that shouldn't be the case. It's like because he's the captain, he's got to play. Because he's the captain, he's got to play. No, he's shite. He should be dropped. So just because he's the captain doesn't mean that he should be guaranteed to start. For a start, he shouldn't be the captain, but he is. But because he is the captain, that basically guarantees him to start. So you know what? Ralph Rangnick shat the bed because, this pretty much means that whenever Harry Maguire's fit, he is starting. This is pretty much, I am backing my man, slabbing Maguire to the hilt. And that's it. He's our captain. Get over it. That's fine, but I don't want that. And I'm sure most of you guys don't as well, because for the aforementioned reasons that he's absolutely dog-turd gash-tastic. That's the main one. He doesn't have the qualities for us to be able to, to do it consistently. The pace, the slowness, the turning of a truck, the errors that he's made all season long are just not acceptable for the level of United. We've got to do better. We have to have a better centre-back in there. Lindelof's had a decent season this season. I think Lindelof and Varane could actually make a pretty damn decent pairing, actually. If you look at both the qualities that they've got together, they could perhaps be a good foil for each other. Whereas Slammy Maguire, we've seen him with everyone. We've seen him with Lindelof. It's a shite pairing. We've seen him with Varane. Well, it's better because of Varane, but it's also a shite pairing. We've seen him with Bailly. It's a shite pairing. We've seen him with fucking Mr. Bean. It's a shite pairing. We've seen him with Scooby-Doo. It's a shite pairing. He's a fucking cartoon character for captain, this guy. He's terrible. And he shouldn't really be playing for us, but there you go, he is. But I couldn't agree more with what CJ said there. Hey, big up there, Hammerhead. How you doing, my son? I hope you're having a good one, lad. And Malps and Eddie's Football Waffle. How you doing, my lad? Get in there. And Chico Goblin as well. Cool homies. Thank you. Says smash a like for the pig. Yes, dudes. If you're just joining in the stream, do drop a like. Let's get this one to 100 likes. And also give it a share around if you fancy. And hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel too. If it's your first time on here, we cover all the latest United news as and when it breaks. This is just sort of like press conference reaction type deal to Rangnick's presser. And before the Leeds United game. We got a lot of more stuff to get into. We got some team news and stuff. But this Harry Maguire stuff has really bothered me. Yeah, so there you go. He said also, as you quite rightly said, for us, it's about performing well, showing togetherness on the pitch, getting the best out of our performances and winning games. This is our job. Those are the things we can influence. All the other things we have no influence upon. So basically saying about the press, obviously, that there's a lot of made-up, fabricated stuff, which there is. The Mirror have come out yesterday and talked about this situation, which is all just for clicks, and it's all just BS, and anybody getting on that and talking about it's all just doing it for clicks and BS. It's just a BS story. If you believe anything the Mirror writes, then you're an idiot. So that's how I sort of view it, guys. And you know, Rangnick's come out previously and said it. He's backed him again. So there you go, Harry Maguire coming out this morning and just dispelling these rumours or dispelling these stories from the Mirror that was true. No power struggle at all going on between Harry Maguire and Cristiano Ronaldo. That is it. It's been everywhere, though. BBC reporter said it's absolute nonsense. Never spoken with players about captaincy, said the German. It's never been an issue with me. Harry's our captain and will stay our captain. There you go, guys. What's your thoughts and opinions before we get on to a different topic, which is the team news and also some other bits of information we've got? I'm going to get into the live chat now rather than wait to the end for a Q&A, just to see your thoughts on this Harry Maguire, Ralph Rangnick stuff. So do get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat now. Let me know what you guys are feeling about this. Rangnick back in Maguire. Mbappe boy, thank you so much for the 79p super chat as well, my man. Can we get a sue in there for Mbappe boy? Come on, thank you so much for that, dude. No message to go with it, just pure vibes. Get in. Right, I'm just going to move that down there so we can see the live chat a little bit better here. Okay, so Michael Kramer. Yeah, have a great day, Eddie. Thank you so much for getting in the stream, my man. SDP Mitchell said it's not the paper, it's actually journalists writing it. Daily Mail do have tier 1 transfer specialists. Yeah, fair enough to you, SDP Mitchell. No, some of them, listen, the way it goes with news publications, it's like anything. It's like YouTube channels. It's like anything. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Can you hear that, guys? Thought my window's going to fucking cave in, mate. Can you hear this shit, guys? Fucking hell. It's windy. It's rainy. It's crazy down here. Did you hear that? Can you not hear that? Fucking hell. Anyway, it's really windy and rainy, and okay, it's really windy and rainy down here, guys. It's shit the bedtime. Honestly, so like the neighbours, ours aren't down at the moment, unless that fucking noise that I just heard was it going down. But the neighbours' fences and like the brick pillars in the middle of the fences are all fucking falling over into the road. It's a shit show out there, guys. It's a fucking absolute mess. Guys, smash the one in the live chat if it's windy as fuck where you are right now. You heard something says cool homies. Yeah, it's really windy here, man. It's fucking hell. Hey, Devils United. How you doing there, Devils United? Rain in Manchester, in the other hand, is normal. Yes, fair play. Yeah, I mean, it pisses down here a lot too. But just in terms of like the wind, it's shit scary. Literally, the walls and the fences of the next door neighbour's house are just in the road. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, Eddie says, Piggo, my internet is out because of it. I inboxed you about it, so can't do that. Oh, no worries at all, Eddie. No worries at all, my man. Oh, yeah, I did think that would be the case. In fact, near me, I've looked on the internet, and there's a few places, that the power is out. So hopefully the power stays on in this area. It's a very good point you bring up, actually, because I'm sure there's a few people experiencing those issues right now. It's an absolute storm going on in the UK right now, peeps. Mars Bro, I'm not too sure, mate. Not too sure. Mamasini, thank you so much for the €5 super chat, mate. Get in there, my son. He says, did Vidic need the armband to be twice elected player of the year as a centre-back? Only other players got to that award, and they weren't captain either. Thierry Henry and... Hey, Mamasini, mate. Fair play to you, dude. I respect that a lot. No. Obviously, you don't need the armband to be elected in any team of the year or anything like that, really. But, Vidic was, if you're talking about Nemanja Vidic, compare somebody like Nemanja Vidic to somebody like Harry Maguire, just in every single department, guys. Defensive abilities, mental strength, physical strength, fucking, toughness, leadership-wise, and just consistency-wise, like quality. Like Nemanja was a fucking rock for us, man. That partnership with Rio, that's what the dreams are made of, really. You're not going to get a better centre-back pairing than that, really, for Manchester United. So, yeah, that couldn't be further away from what we've got right now. Ralph is the new Muppet, says Declan. Unfortunately, Declan, you're right. He's probably just a bit of a puppet for the Glazers here at this stage. We're still seeing McFred selected in the centre of the park. We're still seeing Slabby Maguire as captain. And unfortunately, that is it. I think Ralph Rangnick is just basically an interim puppet, isn't he? Your power went last night, lines down, there wasn't enough wind to dry a pair of underpants in. That's crazy, isn't it? That is mental. That's gone down with a gust. Do they get twisters in the UK? Sort of, Dante Mac, but nothing like, Kansas or whatever. Nothing like in America where you get those full-on tornadoes, mate. No. I've seen a few papers and newspapers doing a bit of a spiral before. That's about it. You can't really make it out other than that. Right, guys, so yeah, get your thoughts about Mags. We've got 138 legends. Do drop the like on the video if you haven't. Boost us up there on the old YouTube algorithm. Help us compete against the clickbait merchants and the charlatans and the corporations. Do drop a thumbs up on the video if you haven't done, and also hit the subscribe if new, and have your say in the live chat as well, guys. Mama CD, thanks so much for that, bro. Hey, Nathan Best has been a member for 10 months. Get in there. He says 10 months. Ding, dang, do. Hey, get in there, Nathan Best, mate. He's the best around. Nothing's going to ever keep Nathan down. Nathan, thank you very much for supporting this channel for 10 months, bro. Can we get a hashtag 10 months in the live chat there for Nathan? That's very kind of you, my man. Nathan is an absolute legend of this channel as well. He comes on the shows. He does previews and stuff on the website as well. United Flying High. Check out @BestJourno on Twitter. The guys are Don. Thank you for supporting this channel, bestie. Appreciate that. Piggy, the only twisters we get are the ice lollies. That's true, isn't it? That is very true. Yep. Right, okay. Maguire is a fraud, says Naz786. Vidic is United legend. Maguire has nothing on him, says Batman Knife Fan. The only thing that Slabby has on Vidic is that he does have a larger cranium than him. That's about it. Why would players respect the melt when he's the worst defender I've seen, says Mbappe Boy. What a fantastic comment from Mbappe Boy. You've got this man leading you out. Imagine you're a Manchester United player. You're in the tunnel, and Ralph Rangnick brings one of those little pull-along carts on wheels along with a fucking life-size statue of an Easter Island head. And he puts him in front of your players and gives him an armband. And then he's leading, and then he drags him out on the pitch with the wheels, with a fucking Easter Island statue in, and he goes up to the centre circle, exchanges the flag with the opposition in the Champions League, and anyway, I'm just saying, he's a fucking Easter Island head, this guy, and I don't really understand it either, like, in terms of what he brings to the side, in terms of, like, if you're Ronaldo, if you're Bruno, if you're De Gea, if you're any of these senior players or any of these world-class players or these quality players in the team, and you're looking around your team, looking for leaders, looking for quality, looking for consistent performers, somebody you can rely on, you must just be crying yourself to sleep at night with Harry Maguire as your captain. Imagine being Cristiano Ronaldo up top there thinking, right, well, even if I score a goal or two this game, he's probably going to shit the bed at the back with a fucking calamitous error. And what about being David De Gea in the goal? Crikey, he's been worked like you wouldn't believe this season, just because he's having to make incredible saves every single week. It's not a solid defence in front of him. It's not a solid midfield in front of him. So David De Gea is being peppered. Imagine what it feels like to be Rafael Varane. He's gone from having the likes of fucking Sergio Ramos as his centre-back partner to having, you know, a human slab. So imagine being him. It's like, it's not ideal. I'm just saying, if you are one of these world-class players that's in the team, looking around the dressing room going, who can you rely on? Who's the guy? Who's the guys that we can rely on? I don't think he makes the list, guys. I think he would be one of the first out the door if everybody had it their way. Yeah, Maguire got a head like Steve from Minecraft, as Callum Gill. Maguire's the worst Premier League signing, says STP Mitchell. Do you think? Name a worst Premier League signing, guys. I think you might be right, though. I think you might be right. For the sheer money involved. You know, it's tradition, captain always starts. Can we break that tradition? Agree with you, Tampa guy. It should happen, shouldn't it? Just because he's the captain doesn't mean you should stick with him. The board was blinded by the World Cup to pay 80 million for Maguire. Yeah, that's true, Devils United. You're absolutely right. I mean, and also, what I would say is, like, if somebody said this the other day to me, they said, go back and look at your Harry Maguire video when you signed him, you were happy. It's like, yeah, well, yeah, because we've had a fucking terrible glaring centre-back issue for years. And on that season's form, Manchester United, you know, we weren't foolish to sign him, I don't think. I mean, he was good for Leicester. Yeah, he was always slow, but he was good for Leicester that season. And he was very, very impressive for England in that World Cup, right? Now, £80 million is a bend over. We got rinsed on that one. It's 50 million tops even at that time. We got rinsed for an extra 30 million premium there, definitely. We were robbed. But I still maintain that it wasn't the stupidest signing at the time. It's just that, regardless of how much a player costs, regardless of what you paid for them and how much they're paid weekly, if they're not good enough when they actually get here and they've been playing for years now and they're proven to not be good enough, you can't just stick with them for the sake of them being a high-valued, high-reputation player. If they're not cutting the mustard, then it's time to get out the kitchen. That's not the phrase, but you know what I'm saying. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen and make me a mustard sandwich. Beef and mustard sandwich. Go on, Slabby. That might be his vocation in life. But no, being a captain for Manchester United, it ain't the one. It ain't the one. Should have got Koulibaly, says Berber. Yes, mate, there you go. Fucking rather have cauliflower than Slabby Maguire, mate, to be honest, or anybody. Because he is not very good, mate. That's the problem. We did get bent over for that one. And his whole ascendancy to where he got to was quite quick in terms of the England setup there. Obviously, Gareth Southgate giving him the nod, and he did well in that back three system and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, what had he actually done before then? Just the one season at Leicester was good, and Hull City and Sheffield United before that? It's pathetic, isn't it? And that's our captain. I mean, you don't have to have this glittering career beforehand to come in and be the captain. Look at Nemanja Vidic, obviously. I mean, obviously, he's a great player, but what we got from Spartak for $6 million or something. So it's like, well, it's just about the quality of how good you actually are. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter about your price tag. It doesn't matter if you cost $6 million or $60 million or $600 million. If you're good, you're good. And if you're shit, you're shit. Maguire is our English star. His playing is about revenue, not performance, as Bell 691. I suppose he does generate revenue. I suppose he does generate interest and clicks. Because let's face it, whenever I see Harry Maguire on the TV, I do feel like maybe building a breeze block wall or something. You know what I mean? So for branding point of view, DIY products value rocket right up. But from every other point of view, I don't really understand it. I don't think he's good for the brand. He might be good for people talking about him because he's become a Phil Jones-esque meme already in this time. That's what it is. People are talking about Harry Maguire, other clubs. People will say to you, yeah, we've got Virgil van Dijk and you've got Harry Maguire. Ha ha. And stuff like this. And to be honest, they're right, because our defender there, slabbing Maguire, is not up to the standard of somebody like Virgil. He's not up to the standard of somebody like Vidic or Rio, or somebody that should be our captain or starting centre-back. So, yeah, it's an embarrassment, really. Kind of causes Maguire is under more pressure now onwards. Yeah, so he should be too. He has to perform, doesn't he? Every single week. If he makes an error, it's just going to be highlighted. It's just going to weigh even heavier on him. The problem with slabbing Maguire is, yeah, he can't handle the pressure, I think. If you took the captain's armband off him, I've gone over this a few times, but I think he would do better. Fridges always stay in kitchens, Piggy says reformed. Do you know what? I've never been to a Leeds United versus United game, actually, Tampa guy. I bet that is a pretty crazy atmosphere. What, at Ellen Road, right? Is that what you mean? Devils United says some players perform better without that armband and without an iconic number. Less responsibility may be a good idea for Maguire. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with that. I think if he didn't have the armband, you might see a better performance out of it. Some people grow with the armband like Bruno, and some people shrivel up like Slabby. Hey there, Willondia. How you doing there? Nothing about Harry Maguire strikes me as a captain, says Sheikow Goblin. Totally agree with you. Leadership-wise, he's not that great. You hear what he says after the games and stuff. It's just mundane dross. I don't see the passion. I don't see the fire. I don't see the leadership quality. So I couldn't agree more. Kelly says Slabhead is the biggest embarrassment. Oh, we will. Listen, this is the thing what I'd say, nobody likes to hate on any Manchester United players, right? I'm calling him an Easter Island head of the stuff. It's just out of frustration. You're saying he's embarrassing. It's just out of frustration. Nobody wants him to be slagged off here. The point is, it's too long for underperforming. The standards have lowered so much of this football club that Rangnick thinks that it's acceptable to say today that he's definitely sticking with Captain Slabby to the end of the season. The standards have dropped that much that he thinks it's okay to say that. But us as a fan base, we have higher standards than that. We've got higher standards than the Glazers. We understand the traditions and the history of this football club, obviously, and we expect that there to be certain standards met. And he's not meeting those standards. So that's what it really ultimately boils down to. It's just the fact that, they have accepted him and his standards, and we don't accept him and his standards. But that's it. It's up to them, isn't it? But we don't want to slag this guy off, but he's in the team every single week, underperforming. So we have to say it how it is. He is shit, isn't he, Kelly? He's absolutely shit. And every single week, or near enough, almost every other week at very least, he's making a calamitous individual error to let us down. Maguire couldn't lace Vidic's boots. That's right, Cockwomble. Nathan Best says Maguire generating revenue for IKEA. Flat pack furniture sales went up massively the other day. I agree. Get him out, Phil Jones way better, and Victor Lindelof was next to him too. So I'll tell you what, IKEA had a great day that day, didn't they? Primrose says, if it was Fergie, he would have walked straight onto the pitch mid-game and escorted him off by the ear. Could you imagine what Brian Clough would have been like, mate? He'd be out there throwing punches. Mamasini says, Leicester and Wolves are miles ahead of us in the transfer market. Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, Leicester's owners, I think they're actually good owners. They're obviously constantly going to be striving to improve Leicester as well. And Wolves obviously have done some fantastic business. So, yeah, I mean, I can't really deny what you said, but Manchester United did spend a lot in the summer We just haven't spent it in the areas that we needed to. We don't have the owners to fully commit. We sold Mike Smalling for Maguire. Arvin's there, mate. You've been great. I mean, guys, who do you think's a better defender? In general, but also for Manchester United. But who was a better defender? Harry Maguire over the couple of years that he's been at the club, or Christopher Smalling over the time that he was at the club? I mean, it's not even close, mate. We got rid of Chris Smalling because he wasn't good enough for Manchester United. But I tell you what, he's fucking better than Slabby Maguire. He was decent for us. I remember 1 or 2 seasons in particular. Maybe there was one under LVG. Possibly it was LVG. Maybe LVG's first season, possibly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But Chris Smalling was a fucking absolute don for the whole season. He played fantastic for the season. Like, there you go. Smalling. Jay King says Smalling. Chris Smalling was classed as a busy. Small Dong says the Vutilator. Smalling had a couple of great seasons. Yeah, She-Cow Goblin. Phil Jones says Nash, Chris Smalling was never that error-prone or static. So true, Bell. He had a bit of pace about him, bit of athleticism about him. I couldn't agree more. So, So we've had a nightmare here. We've got rid of better players. Johnny Evans. Who do you think's a better defender, guys? Harry Maguire or Johnny Evans? I mean, okay, it's very close. But I personally think it's a hard toss-up between them. And it's like, well, we just got rid of him just to get an £80 million English Johnny Evans. It's fucking who's not even as good. It's bullshit, mate. It's absolutely bullshit. The recruitment team, obviously, it's not good enough, really. Man United Hodge, thank you for getting in here from Dan Under with a $5 Aussie dollar super chat, mate. He says Maguire is gash, but what he did with that kid is about the only good thing he did. Well, fair play, Man United Hodge, lad. Yeah, respect. Well, hey, look, I'm not saying he's a bad human being. I'm not slagging his character. You know what? But in terms of as a leader for Manchester United or even a starting player, just not good enough. He made a bad error for Roma last week, says David. I think he's declined. But I think there was a time in his career, David, where Smalling was pretty damn consistent and pretty decent for us. I mean, we got rid of Smalling as well because at the end of the day, he wasn't good enough either. There's a reason he's not still here. It's because, well, we wanted to get something better. But we took a roll of the dice. We got rid of Smalling. Got the slab in, and the roll of the dice is a fucking snake eyes. It's a bullshit, mate. It's a bottle job. Phil Jones is better, says Hammerhand. Evans is more reliable. Johnny Evans is Mbappe boy. There you go. So we basically got £80 million player here when we just let a couple of players like that go. I mean, we've got Phil Jones at the club, who's somewhat of a meme himself. But, I mean, let's ask the live chat. Who would you rather see start in the next game? Phil Jones or Harry Maguire? I mean, I'm sure it's going to be split in the live chat, but I bet Phil Jones gets a good few votes. Just because he's no worse than Harry Maguire. Phil Jones had a good full-blooded performance in the one game we've seen from him. It's like Maguire's been error-prone all season long. I wouldn't be too interested in seeing Mag starting too many games right now, but he is going to. Meme Jones says Arvind. Yeah, Maguire or Jones. I mean, it's not a great day when you're discussing who should be starting in team, Maguire or Phil Jones, is it? Because really, both of them are not quite the standard that Manchester United need, if we're being honest. We need to have another, think about Raphael Varane and what he's done and what he's won in his career and how good and decent and solid he seems. If you had another player of that ilk, of that quality, to go along with him, then that's what we should have at Manchester United. We shouldn't have... it's just this club is really poorly run and we miss out on a lot of good talents, especially... we've been buying a lot of big money players. People like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 50 million, 80 million on Paul, 89 million Paul Pogba, 80 million Harry Maguire, 75 million Lukaku. When other big clubs are signing players... and yes, sometimes they're spending huge money, like 100 million on Greenish. But think about City and a couple of signings they made recently. Julian Alvarez, 14 million, a player we should have gone for. Ruben Dias. There was talks of us being connected to Ruben Dias before he signed for Man City, guys, for years. Maybe 1 year, maybe a whole year before Man City signed him. We were talking about it. People were talking about it. Manchester United linked with Ruben Dias. And he went for not a lot of money. How much? I can't remember now, but 30 million? I can't remember what it was now. Guys, who knows? Let me know. How much did Ruben Dias go to Manchester City for? All I'm saying is, there's great players out there that Manchester United haven't identified. We've let other teams go in before and get us, even if they're not as much money as, as some of the other options we've gone for. I think our recruitment team, our scouting network, it's just not what it used to be. It's not cracked up like it used to be. 40 million, says Mr. NLWT. Yeah, I mean, money like that, it seems like a good deal, considering he is one of the best centre-backs in the league. They've identified a great player here for not huge money. That's half as much money as what we paid for Harry Maguire, and he's double the player that Harry Maguire is. Shocking. Colin Archer says, Hammerhead Pogba had the license to get forward. Why shouldn't Rice? Fair enough. I mean, if we were going to sign Rice, then, you know, he's... I do want him to obviously be more of a defensive-minded player. But yeah, absolutely. You know, you wanted to see him occasionally getting forward when we need to attack and create and all that sort of thing. But I would rather him free up the likes of the other players we got. But hey, Mamacini, thank you for another super chat here, bro. He says, for the sake of positivity, Dallo won me over. Always seems skittish to me, but he's gained confidence and he's playing really, really well. All's not rotten. Hey, fair play. A great comment about Dallo. And I agree, Mamacini, if you look at what he's done under Rangnick, he has come on leaps and bounds. Rangnick showed faith in him. He obviously fancied him going forward more so than Wan-Bissaka, and rightfully so. He is better going forward than Wan-Bissaka, but also defensively, he's shown himself to be quite decent, I think, recently. You know, I think that loan spell away at AC did him well. I think he's come here and, you know, under Rangnick, and he's relished the chance of actually being given a chance. And Wan-Bissaka's sort of been out of sorts. He's been fallen by the wayside a little bit under the Rangnick system, but Dallo's definitely benefited. Same goes for Tellez. I know Luke Shaw's been playing, but Tellez is definitely in consideration with Rangnick every single week. So those guys, those wing-backs have come on well under Rangnick. And Dallo's young. Dallo's, what, 22? So I think Diogo Dallo's got a very bright future. I agree with what you said, Mamacini. A couple of years ago, he might only be 21, actually. No, it's 21 or 22. A couple of years ago when he was 19, I just thought, he can get down the wings. He's a little bit of headless chicken. You know, he's not great defensively, but he's improved so much over that time. So, yeah, very good point. We should have kept Twan Zibiarviv there, yeah. We should have kept Donny and a couple other players as well, considering the skeleton squad we got, the issues we got. Right, okay, so... Thank you, everyone, for joining. That's basically the Harry Maguire stuff. We're going to have a Q&A at the end as well of this stream. But what I'm going to do is just cover the last couple of little bits of topics I've got from this Rangnick stuff. And then we're going to get into the live chat and see what you guys are thinking. But do drop us a like on the video. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on it. Share it around if you haven't done so as well. Get your thoughts and opinions in, of course, and speak amongst yourselves. But... also today, Manchester United interim manager Ralph Rangnick has provided an update on his squad ahead of the game against Leeds United on Sunday. And yeah, so Edinson Cavani is still unavailable. So you know, it's obviously Ronaldo's going to be up there. Despite returning to training, the Uruguayan international will not be an option in attack, but may hope to return for the trip to Spain to face Atletico Madrid in the Champions League in midweek. Tom Heaton has also picked up an injury, but there's more positive news on Raphael Varane, who is fit after being forced to pull out the win over Brighton. So that's great news about Raphael Varane. Tom Heaton picked up an injury? Well, that's okay, because we always go into games with two goalkeepers on the bench anyway, for some unknown fucking reason. What's that all about? What is that all about? Why we have two goalkeepers on the bench? Anyway, so Tom Heaton... Tom Heaton's got an injury. He said this: well, as it seems, Edinson Cavani is still out. He said he is still having some problem with his groin, and on the other hand, also some of his stomach. The same is true with Tom Heaton. Apart from that, everyone else seems to be available. So, you know, it also suggests that Nemanja Matic and Eric Bailly are also back into contention for full fitness, because he didn't say that they're still out. Obviously, Matic was out with a little shin injury, and Eric Bailly was out after some sort of ankle not coming back from the AFCON. So, in terms of who's available, should have everybody available apart from Edinson, Tom Heaton. That's pretty much all who's out. And he said, I'm grateful that we have more players back available again. Nemanja Matic will be back in training today for the first time, and he did quite well. So he might be available, maybe even for tomorrow for Sunday against Leeds. But definitely in the next two games. And then we'll have to see. We'll have to take it one by one. We'll try to start each of those three games, Leeds, Atletico and Watford, with a starting 11 where we're convinced that we can win the next possible game. Nice. So that's great. In terms of Leeds news, so Marcelo Bielsa could be boosted by the return of Junior Firpo. He is still dealing with some big name absentees, including Patrick Bamford's foot problem keeping him out, and Calvin Phillips and Liam Cooper appear unlikely to play until next month. So a little bit of news on Leeds there, and Manchester United's team news does seem pretty legit. Okay, so also, hang on a second, we've got a bit of information. Thank you, Rushmano. Rushmano's just sent me something through here. What's this? Fabrizio Romano. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Yes. So Fabrizio Romano gives an update as well this afternoon. I think it's just Rangnick denies rumours on Cristiano Ronaldo as new captain with the quotes from Rangnick that we read at the start. So absolutely, yeah. He said, I have never spoken with any player about a change of captaincy. This has never been an issue. It is me who decides who is captain. Harry Maguire is our captain. He will stay captain, yeah. So there you go. That's Rangnick's stance on him. That's filth. But in terms of the team news, that's good news about United. Rafael Varane is our best centre-back. I'll ask you in the live chat then, guys. So we've just heard, it seems like everybody's fit. It seems like Eric Bailly would be back. It seems like Lindelof's fit. Obviously, he played in the last game. Varane seems okay to play. Maguire's obviously fit. And then you've also got players like, somebody I'm missing here, Phil No Bones Jones. So you've got those players. I'll ask you in the live chat, what is your centre-back pairing for the Leeds game? What is your centre-back pairing for the Leeds game? Which two centre-backs of United who we've got available would you have? So for me, I'm going to be totally honest, I would go with Lindelof and Varane. Definitely Lindelof and Varane. They're both good on the ball. Varane's great in the air. Maybe Lindo's not as good in the air. Of course he's not, but he's improved a lot in that department. He's improved a lot on a one-on-one defender basis as well. He's got the vision. He's got the pass. He's got the comfort on the ball. Varane has also. I think they make a good partnership. I think they really would make a good partnership. And Lindelof this season, compared to Harry Maguire, has been so much more consistent. Lindelof, last season, all over the gaff, really. This season, he's improved markedly. He looks a lot better, a lot more consistent, and just improved. So I would give him a nod ahead of somebody like Slabby Maguire. Rafael Varane and Lindelof is my partnership. Yeah, let's see what you guys think, though. I can understand Bailly, though, being a great shout. It's literally the biggest issue in the team, says Shikan. Fucking hell, fuck's sake, Puppet Ralph. Yeah, I know. He is a puppet, guys. He is literally a puppet, mate. Unfortunately, this you can see with what he said about Slabby Maguire here, about him being a complete puppet. Football Brownie, how you doing? Says Rangnick is all PR. He's completely out of his depth. Well, I mean, he's not the manager for me going forward full time. I'll be honest. I don't really like sort of this stuff, to be honest, about just backing people, nonsensically with no basis for it. He's not even the guy that made him captain initially, so he doesn't have to stand by this decision. There's an opportunity to remove the captaincy and give it to someone better fitting, and he's not doing it. So he's obviously he's not right. He's not right, is he? He hasn't got the bottle or the cojones to make a tough decision like that and do it, which I think would benefit the team personally. There might be a little bit of unrest, of course. Oh, the English captain's been removed of his captaincy. Oh, English friends, please help me. But it still should be done. Varane is our best centre-back since Vidic, says Primot. Oh, well, if you're talking about quality players, definitely. Varane equals Ferrari, Maguire equals Fiat Panda, says FIFA Vids. And that's a little bit generous, I think, mate. Are you sure you're not thinking of like one of those Russian larders or something? Lindelof, Varane, says Dan Miguel. Varane and the Iceman, says Wiggy. It's going to be Varane and Maguire, says VK Dean. You're right. You're right, VK Dean. You're 100% right, mate. It will be Varane and Maguire. More than likely, I agree. Unless Varane is not going to feature again, but as we've just heard it there, Varane should be okay. So, but you're right, VK team. We're talking about who we'd like to see. I'd like to see Lindelof and Maguire. Most of you would as well. Lindelof and Varane. Naz and Big God Bob. They both agree as well. Big Bob. Maybe he's got a big bog too. Save Varane and Lindelof. Lindo and Varane, says Mikhail. Bruce and Pallister, says Bell. So there you go. But in regards to Maguire, he is going to start, isn't he? Yeah, look at what Rangnick said earlier. There's no way he doesn't start. I mean, he's basically backed into the hilt. Blind backing of Slabby Maguire. It's a sickening couple of quotes. Listen to this. 164 of you legends in it. You might just be joining, so I'll read it out one more time what Rangnick said in his presser if you didn't know. Drop the like on the video if you haven't. We're nearly at 100. Smash that like button. Give it a share up there. And hit that subscribe button if new. Time to read these quotes out again in case you missed what he said about him. He said, well, to start with, I must say that this is absolutely nonsense. This is when asked about, the possibility of there being a rift with Ronaldo and Maguire and a power struggle for captaincy. And he said, I've never spoken with any player about a possible change of captaincy. And Harry is fully aware of that. And so is Cristiano and all the other players. So this has never been an issue for me. It is me who decides the captain. And therefore there is no reason to speak about that with any other person. Harry is our captain. And will stay our captain until the end of the season. And there is nothing else to add on that. So you can't get any more definitive with that. He's backed him to the hilt. You do not say he's our captain and he's staying our captain at the end of the season then if you're thinking about dropping him. Why the fuck would Rangnick not drop Harry Maguire based on how gash he is? That's what I want to know. But he wouldn't drop him. When he said that sort of thing, I can't see how he drops him. He's going to play him. If Maguire's fit, he plays. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. It just goes to show you that he's a puppet there for the Glazers, guys. That's what it is, because they want to protect their asset, or maybe it's a shop window thing. Maybe they would look to sell him in the summer. But right now, they don't just want to sack him off, let him dwindle away, turn into Phil Jones 2.0. They want him to still hold a bit of that value at least. So they want him to have a good, decent end to the season. They're just thinking about the money. They don't care if Man United finish in 6th, 5th, 4th. Well, obviously they want to finish 4th, but, you know what I mean? Really, they don't care. They just are looking at money. So if they can get more money end of the summer by doing that sort of thing, then maybe they do that. Or they want to protect their asset rather than just having another Phil Jones situation where you've got a player sat on the bench for years doing nothing, getting paid until his contract's run out, which is years. You know, they want him to try and use him even though they know he's gash. I think it's such a bad mentality that United have got with this. We don't have to stick with this guy. I'd rather see, you know, a youngster who we've bloody loaned out or something. There's a couple of players like Garner and Ted and Mengi and various people that we could have tried in the midfield or the centre-back spot, you know. There's a couple of glaring problems in our team. We could have tried a youngster or two there. They wouldn't have done any fucking worse than Harry Maguire this season if we put Mengi at centre-back. And if you put Garner in there instead of Fred or fucking whoever, you know, or McTominay, I don't think it would have been any worse either. So we should have done some stuff like this. We're just sticking with big personalities, big names, big people based on their reputation alone. It's rubbish. Okay, so yeah, so that's the quote from Rangnick. It's not great. It doesn't make for great reading. I don't get him. I don't understand him. It's a disgrace. Gungshi, how are you doing today, you Don, mate? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Steve Hall as well says nice board speech. That's right. It's just down from the upstairs, isn't it? It pisses me off, says Chico Goblin. Me too. Ralph Mugnick says Dan McGill. Definitely Varane and Lindelof, says Gungshi. Yes, Gungshi, I agree. Those are the two best centre-backs we could play right now. And just who I think he'll play, though, it is going to be Maguire and Varane. I do think he goes for Maguire Varane. Edison Cavani is shit, says Jay King. Keep playing him. Edison Cavani shit. I mean, I don't know about that, bro. He was pretty damn effective for us last season. He's getting slower. He's always going to be injury-prone. He's that type of guy. He's older, you know, but he's still a good player, Jay King. Mamacini with a €2 super chat says, Piggy, end the slab rant. We've got bigger problems. What's these bigger problems then, Mamacini? Do you mean the Glazers? Well, we've got huge problems at Manchester United, but I don't know. Harry Maguire's a pretty big problem, mate. You know, he's our captain. Thank you so much, Mamacini, for that one. Hey, Superstar says, hello, Piggy. We should start Varane and Lindelof for a run of 4 to 5 games. Couldn't agree more, Superstar. Yeah, couldn't agree more. We need to have that change of mentality and change of personnel to try and establish a centre-back pairing that's going to be, you know, stable for us. But at the moment, we know this one isn't because of one individual in particular, but he is being stuck with it, seems. Big God Bob says, Henderson probably a better defender than Captain Gash-tastic. Maguire is like a 45-year-old Sunday Liga. Stick him on because he's tall. Gungshi, yeah, what's that about? I've lost my green name and piggy badge. What the fuck? Oh, well, you know, I don't know what's going on there, Gungshi, but you have, yes. Owners only want 4th place. Hello, says Mamacini. Yeah, well, blatantly, mate. Shouldn't have been captain in the first place. We need to have higher standards. Oh, right, you mean that, yeah. Well, yeah, but obviously the owners are the biggest problem at this football club. But, I mean, I've spoken about that 100 times. We're talking about the news, obviously, about Maguire today. But, yeah, definitely, that never changes. Hashtag Glazers out. Our owners are the biggest problem in this football club, and that will never stop until they've gone. Shouldn't have been captain in the first place as Chico Goblin. This is why Harry Maguire's probably captain, because of our owners and because of the board and who they've got in place, looking at things from a financial point of view, thinking, oh, we can't just let this £80 million signing fall by the wayside. Shouldn't have been captain in the first place. We need to have higher standards, man. How are we holding on to Maguire as captain? He's never ever even been captain. Bruno and Ronaldo have. Superstar lad, it's because we've got a puppet for the Glazers and the Glazers don't know their ass for their elbow. We've got a gash financial banker board in there, mate. I think that's what it is. There's no logical explanation why Slabby keeps the armband. Okay, I can understand it if Solskjaer was still here and he's backing him to the hilt, because he's the man who signed him and he's the man who gave him the armband, so that reflects on him. But this doesn't reflect on Rangnick. All this actually does now is reflect negative on Rangnick, that he's backing such a piss-poor player. If anything, Bruno should have picked his captain, says Shikal. My prediction for Sunday says Nas 786. I think we're going to batter them, to be honest, Nas 786. And I'm not just saying that. I know this fixture last year, I believe it was 0-0 behind closed doors. But we did batter them earlier on in the season. United we have joy against teams that play open, and Leeds will probably get at us, try and attack us. They're the home side, and we'll probably have our wicked way with them because, I've just got a feeling they're going to be more open. They're going to be more open than some of the teams we've played recently. And because of that, United's quality on the counter-attack and that kind of thing, I think we'll score some goals. I also think they will score, but I think United win this game. Leeds' goal difference this season is poor in terms of they conceded like the third most goals in the league. So you can score against Leeds pretty damn easy. So I think we're going to score against them, no worries. I think it's going to be 4-2. I'm going 4-2. I'm going for a goal fest. I think Leeds are going to turn up to a good degree. They were shit against us last time. They'll have something to prove. That Old Trafford game, they were shite. So we battered them, didn't we? But obviously our players, people like Pogba, pulled the strings on that day. Hopefully they still remember that and turn up and have a great game. But I'm going for another big scoring game, but I think Leeds will do a bit better this time. I'm going 4-2. What's everyone else's prediction for that game then? No problemo, Gungshinioni, my son. No problemo at all, yes. What an absolute ledge on. Well, you're always the Don Gungshinioni to me regardless, dude. Boy Not Sober, welcome in. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. Absolute Don, hello. My prediction for Sunday is 4-2. Robin, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. He says, this just confirms both managers are puppets. It's a puppet! Couldn't agree more, Robin. I know. What the fuck? Well, Solskjaer loves the football club. I wouldn't call him the same sort of puppet as Rangnick at all. Solskjaer loved the club. He was passionate for the club. He wanted to do what's best for the club. Yes, he was a yes man for the Glazers. I wouldn't say he was a puppet. I'd say he was a yes man for the Glazers. But Rangnick is a puppet, it seems. Because what sort of decisions is he making here? And he's in here just on an interim capacity, literally, to fill a spot, to fill a void until somebody better was available in the summer. That's what it really comes down to. The personnel that United needed to appoint a proper long-term manager that ticked most of the boxes and fits the bill most of the time for the Glazers was not available, when Solskjaer was getting sacked. And so for that reason, they just put a substitute teacher in charge until the end of the term, and then we're going to go get somebody else. So he is literally a puppet. That's all he is. He's just an interim puppet. 2-1 says Shikal, 1-1 says Ezio, 3-3 says Cock, 1-2-2 says Piata. Too early for predictions. Yeah, you're right, Big God Bob. Well, that might change. That might change between now and my prediction show tomorrow. I'm going to obviously do a preview in the evening tomorrow night for the game. So that might change between now and then. Primot says, I see Maguire on the team sheet and my mind goes to, shit, extra mindful and alert at the back again today. You guys feel that too? Yeah, definitely. Whenever I see Harry Maguire starting, I think, he's got an error in him today. The whole team must feel like that, Primot. Psychologically, it must. It's a Muppet. 3-1 says Naz. 3-1 says Superstar. Solskjaer loves his wallet, not the club. Right, I'm going to get into the live chat now, guys. We're 5 likes off of 100. You know what to do if you're just getting in the stream. And also, if new, smash the subscribe. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat in the live chat. Get in here. It's Q&A time, guys. That's the news anyway. Just a quick reaction to Rangnick's, presser, his backing of Maguire and all the rest of it ahead of the Leeds game on Sunday. Not too much else has come out in terms of news. Obviously, a couple of days ago, United were sort of charged by the FA for those surrounding the referee in that game against Brighton. And also, Henderson came out and spoke about the some allegations against him and said that they're all bollocks, basically, and stuff like that. It's affecting his family and stuff like that. That's all that's legit that's sort of come out last couple of days. Hey, Waggle, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, broski. You see Maguire on the team sheet. Oh, yeah, it's a fucking nightmare when he starts. Ralph should go at the end of the season as Man United Glazers out. Only in 3 words, loyal, dedicated, clueless. Maybe you're right, Mamasini. Maybe that's a fair assessment, but the first 2 are absolutely fantastic, and you're right. He can't, he didn't have the full package, unfortunately, and he wasn't the right man to take us to the next step. But actually, I wouldn't say clueless at all, because he did finish 3rd and 2nd. That's not bad over Klopp's Liverpool and stuff, is it really? Like, he finished ahead of Klopp's Liverpool, a good Klopp's Liverpool. Okay, they had Van Dijk out, whatever. So what? You got 1 player out, so your whole team's shit. Well, then you've got a gash squad then, don't you? So, but you still finished above them. That's not bad. I wouldn't say clueless. I'd just say not the right man to take us to the next level. Hey, G-Wolf United Gaming. I'm doing good, mate. How are you doing there, G-Wolf? Oh, I hope you're having a good one today, mate. Thanks for joining. Absolute legend as well you are, sir. Gungshi with a super chat, lad, getting in here from Taiwan. He says, one day my green member title and piggy badge will return. I'll be back, as the governor of California many times might say. Come on, my name is Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm the former governor of California. Hey, thank you, Gungshi, mate, for that. Hey, no problem at all. Like I always say on this channel, it doesn't matter if you're a member or not a member, we treat everybody exactly the same. But Gungshi, you're one of the longest supportive legends of this channel, so, you sir have done enough. But thank you so much, Gungshi, for that. You're an absolute legend. Yeah, foot champs later, Cock Womble, you know this. Let's get a cheeky little zoo in the live chat there. Legends in the house, says Naz. You better hope it's not Brendan Rodgers, otherwise Slabby stay as captain. By the way, guys, I've got to say, there's going to be a panel show today on the channel at 6:30 p.m. Today, 6:30 p.m. That's not that long, is it? It's just over 90 minutes, guys. 6:30 p.m, hosted by Maisie from Devils United, and with a couple of legends on as well, a few legends on. We're going to have a show. So do make sure you come back for the 6:30 show. 6:30 show for that. It's going to be a little bit of a fan debate about, what we've been discussing here, but also the Leeds game and various other stuff. So make sure you tune in for that at 6:30 p.m. on the channel. 6:30 p.m. on the channel. So in 90 minutes or so. Smash a 1 if you're going to watch that. And we've hit 100 likes on the stream. Thank you so much, everyone. It's stormy over here, mate. Dirty Sanchez, it's disgraceful, mate. People's walls have fucking been blowing down outside, man. I'm not even joking either. Like pillars of walls in the road and stuff. Mad stuff. And it seems to have calmed down a bit now, actually. But even during this show, like the noise and stuff outside, things clanging around out there and just, crikey, it's sketchy. Get in there, G-Wolf. Get in there, Vutinator and Naz786, lad. Mamacini says, don't get me wrong, I love Ollie, but I also love Ricky Gervais, and I don't want him managing Man United. Get in there, my son. I know what you're saying, yeah. He is a lovable man, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He had the best intentions at this football club. He really, truly did. He's a very, very nice guy, and he gave his all for this football club. He saw the passion even when he's leaving. He did an interview, walked out the front door, and was tearing up and stuff. Some people say, oh, he's this club, oh, that's weakness and stuff. No, I don't think so. I think that's passion. I think that just shows you his love for this club. And he's sad that it didn't work out, and he put his all into it. He put his absolute all into it. Hey, I love, you know what? I'm going to be, this is going to annoy a couple of people, but I'm just going to tell you how I feel. I wish Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was still here. I do, because it wouldn't have been, just until the end of the season, until somebody better comes along. He might as well have stayed as the fucking interim, even though he's not an interim, but he might as well have stayed. I don't see how we've got any better. We haven't. Yeah, I get it. Okay, Rangnick is trying to get rid of some people. He's trying to make it more of a fresh canvas, maybe, for when a new coach comes in the summer, whereas Ollie would have kept doing his ways and his things and that kind of thing. But we haven't seen anything better from Rangnick. Rangnick's just a German substitute teacher who hasn't managed top-level football for years. He's been, obviously, in the back room. He's been, obviously, a sporting director, football director, that kind of thing. But when it comes to actually coaching in the Premier League, who's more experienced, Rangnick or Ollie? Well, considering Ollie had 2 full seasons in the Premier League, finished 3rd and 2nd, and Rangnick's shitting the bed at the moment, well, we're not shitting the bed, but, not doing great. I'd say that it wouldn't have hurt us at all to have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stay until the end of the season. Ollie was a joke, says Man United Glazer. He finished 3rd and 2nd, mate. Like, there's definitely worse managers for Manchester United, even just since post-Fergie. So he didn't exactly do amazing. He didn't win us anything. We bottled that Europa final, and of course the last season that he was here, this season, just here now, it's not worked out, and it was terrible. But you can't just discredit what he did for Manchester United. And if you think about what we've got now, we've just got a puppet for the Glazers, mate. It's no better. We're no better off. All I'm saying is we're no better off with Rangnick than Ollie. Maybe me saying, oh, I wish we had Ollie still now. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just wish we had somebody that was better now. Rangnick's okay. Rangnick's a substitute until the summer, until somebody else comes in interim capacity, and that's it, really. We played better under Ollie, says Arviv. Arguably so. I mean, we beat Southampton 9-0. Oh, yeah, Shikar was very Ollie out, just like the rest of us. I totally agree with you because he wasn't performing. But in hindsight's a wonderful thing. I was very much Maguire in at the time as well when we signed him because we needed a centre-back. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? And so I can't expect them to predict the future. But at the same time, like, All I'm saying is, it would have been nice to get rid of Ollie if we'd gone and got, I don't know, Zidane or somebody who's going to be here for a few years, or somebody that might have the quality to win us Champions Leagues and things like that and make a big appointment like that. But Rangnick is kind of a bit of an odd appointment. I talked about it at the time when he was announced. I said, hey, it's good, we've got somebody in here, it's good. But I wasn't blown away by it. A lot of people were blown away by it, saying we've got the second coming, this football genius in here. Okay, fair enough, but we haven't seen that in the Premier League. It's only proven to a degree, even in Germany and places. So, it's not exactly a fantastic appointment. That's all I'm saying. He's an okay guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good coach. He's got experience. He's probably going to do bits from a consultancy point of view or going upstairs in a football department. But right now, nah, just average. Just bang average. Just going to probably struggle to get fourth. And then he'll be gone upstairs in the summer. Glazers mugging off fans, coaches and players. Get out. You couldn't stand on in his lies, says Man United Glazers out. Mourinho's the only one with the trophies post-Sir Alex. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he's the only one that did the business. That's a good point. And even in his second season, he finished second. Then it all went to shit again in the third season. But yeah, probably because he wasn't backed by the owners. We conceded too many goals under Roddy. 4 at Watford, 5 against Liverpool. True, but we scored more goals too. We scored 9 at Southampton. We fucking couldn't even beat them the other day, mate. Superstar, these players will stop working for any manager. Keane said this is a long time ago. This is still true. They're too lazy and entitled. Spot on, Superstar. Jonathan Gallagher with a €2 super chat says, too late wanting Ollie to stay. You wanted him gone. Oh, okay. Thanks for that, Jonathan Gallagher. Thanks for pointing out and stating the bleeding obvious, mate. I did want him gone. And I'm not saying, I'm only saying that I think Rangnick, isn't any better than Ollie. That's all I'm saying. I'm not really saying I still want Ollie. What I really wanted was to make a change and to get somebody who's going to take us on from that moment. Unfortunately, what we've done, though, is we've got rid of Ollie and we've got a man in who's just going to be an interim, who's not taking us forward in any other way, it seems, until somebody else can come in the summer. I don't really see the point of that. Might as well have just stuck with Ollie then and just sacked him in the summer and got somebody else in. I just don't see the point in it. Like, okay, if Ralph Rangnick was a contender and was actually going to be given the long-term job, then he's an actual manager, but he's just an interim substitute. So it just doesn't add up for me, Jonathan. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, like, in hindsight, we wouldn't have been any worse off if we'd have just stuck with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rather than Ralph Rangnick going in. Yeah, there's 8 Premier League games to ask. Craziness. Got no respect for Ralph now. He stated that the captaincy is his choice. I wanted Ten Hag. Potch the flop can flop the flop off. Big God Bob respect. Yeah, come on. Everybody can see that the slab is not the man. So you're right. The fact that he's just stuck by him and said that he's the one who's making the decision and everything, you've got the judgment of a lemming then, don't you, mate? You've got the judgment of a lemming. Are you going to jump off a fucking cliff in a minute? With one of those fucking parachutes, mate? McKay says, I just want a manager that can manage without an American arm up his arse. Great shout, McKay. Great. There you go, lad. That's it, lad. That's it. Puppets, mate. Glazers out, biggest problem at OT. Definitely the Vutinator. Let's get hashtag Glazers out going, guys. Mourinho could have done wonders for us in the third season, had the ball back to him. True, he's crying out for a centre-back. He didn't get it. And other players too, he didn't get it. Even Carrick was decent. Yeah, he had some promise. We'd have more points under Roddy, says Percy 91. Probably. Probably we actually would. Because Glazers were late sacking Ollie, says Batman Night fan. I mean, there's been no miraculous change in style. Guys, I'm going to wrap this video up now, just in the time. It's 5 p.m. I've got to set the show up for 6:30 and everything. I'm going to wrap this one up, though, but I do really appreciate you all tuning in. I'll probably be back on this evening if there's any more Manchester United news for a, 9 p.m.-ish or 10 p.m. sort of show. And it's, of course, Foot Champs tonight around about 11 or 11:30. We'll get going on that. But yeah, thank you everyone who's been in this chat. Do continue the debate. Come back after it's finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about, anything we've discussed here. Make sure you do drop that like on the video as well. It's free to do so. Hit the thumbs up. Show your support for the channel. And also subscribe if new. Click that bell notification bell icon to get notified when we post and go live. We'll be back on later. Like I say, the guys will be on in 90 minutes at 6:30 p.m. UK time. Maisie's going to host a show. So come back and watch that, guys, if you're around, 6:30 p.m. Thank you, Wiggy. Thank you, G with United. Thank you, Mikhail Kramer. Manny Slew Flacky. Nice one. Woke up early to make it for the show. Get in there, Manny Slew Flacky, lad. Beautiful stuff. 6:30, Manny. Be brilliant to have you on. Excellent stuff. We've got Manny Slew Flacky, the handsome Greek bastard, on the show today, guys. One for the ladies. Get in, Manny. Good morning to you, mate. I'll message you shortly, lad. Superstar, the Vutinator, Bell, Chrissy J as well, you legend. Chrissy J, did I pack anyone sick last night from the Streamland? Is that what you asked? Tell him what I got, guys. Primo says, thanks for the report. Thank you so much, Primo. Have a great day over there in Canada, eh? Thank you, TekkenFan97. Johnny Gallagher with a €5 super chat going in there raw. Says, reality is we aren't winning the league for 10 years. That's the truth, and things are not much better. Might be right, Jonathan. You might be right, mate. I don't want to be as pessimistic as that. I think maybe it could be a lot quicker than that. But also, you're right. I mean, Liverpool City way ahead of us. Even teams like Newcastle, Chelsea, these guys with the money. Like, we're probably going to do shite, aren't we, for a few seasons at least? Fair point, Jonathan Lander. Can we get a sue in the live chat for Jonathan Gallagher? I'm feeling you, Jonathan. I know what you're saying. It's just you're just being realistic, and I think you're right. I mean, probably closer to 10 years than closer to bloody 1 year. Anyway, put it that way. I got you, Sabio, Chrissy J, lad. Get in there, my son. Right. We'll be back with FIFA tonight. We'll be back with United News vid tonight. We'll also be back with a fan debate show with a few of the legends on around about 6:30 p.m, guys. 6:30 p.m, that's 90 minutes from now. Set your alarm, set your clock. Remember, 6:30 p.m, fan debate show on Flying Pig United. See you then, guys. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And I hope you had a great day. Hopefully your house hasn't blown away. It is windy as fuck right now. I'm going to go see if my walls are still up and stuff. And I'll catch you in a bit. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Mamacini, Chrissy, J, Primot, Big God Bob, McKay, Drew Who, and all the other legends in here. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. That's the end of the show. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. Follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Check out the website, which is unitedflyinghigh.com for all your latest Manchester United news. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. We'll give you all the latest info, all the latest news as it comes. We'll be previewing the Man United game tomorrow night on the channel as well. Fan debate at 6:30. United news later. FIFA foot champs tonight and tomorrow. Lots of content coming. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Have a great day. I'm out of here. And come on, United. Sort your bloody lives out. Soon.